say I don't blame you.
Nobody
it's a shame. I
said
don't
that
blame
you blame her.
The relationship starts with the mother and father.
But he died. But you're not getting it.
He died. He died.
But you're not getting it.
But see, that's what we talk about. No disrespect. But this is what we talk about. The emotional aspect. Very emotional.
But you're
I've been listening for an hour and a half now. I have been listening this whole. Do not say anything. Do not let him read that thing. Do not let him read it.
You're not gonna control me.
I'm not trying to control you. Can you listen to me?
I'm listening, but I'm gonna read the Bible.
I don't think that they even deserve your breath right now. I'm not gonna lie.
See that? The arrogance. Go ahead.
No, that's not arrogant.
You say that I'm an
Because you're
angry,
gonna yell over
arrogant,
her.
but I can't speak right now. Every time I say something, you say something and you get louder with me. Don't you notice that?
She's speaking. Then shut it. You're saying
listening.
silence.
But you're saying that she's
Silence.
getting emotional,
If that's
right?
the case.
She's emotional.
I have a right to get emotional.
But because her father died before she was
Imani.
so why is she not supposed to cry about it?
Imani.
No, because hold on.
Let me speak.
Don't say it.
Can you listen to me, please?
Yeah, but-
As a human being. Matt, goodbye. Put it down.
No, we're
Everything.
not putting the
I'm not.
Bible down.
Just listen to me,
Well,
please.
talk, but we're not putting the Bible down
I've been
for
listening.
you. Well,
I've been
we're
listening this whole time.
But
So
our
now
job
you
is
need
to
to
teach
listen.
the Bible.
Now you
say
need
what
to
you gotta
listen.
say. I'm listening.
I'm not trying to teach him anything. I don't want to teach him anything.
So I'm listening.
I just want you
Go
to
ahead.
listen to me.
All right, say what you gotta
Okay.
say.
As a human being,
Right.
you can have emotion. You're supposed to have emotion.
Right.
We have emotions.
Right?
Okay?
Right.
So if I'm supposed to sit here and have a blank face and have you talk to me, yell at me, saying how I need to be submissive, I can't basically have a voice.
You hear this? Go ahead.
Okay. Now there was no religion. If, remember that word, if. There was no religion. And if that wasn't real, would we all be equal? Yes. I don't understand. How am I? I'm getting annoyed. I'm not.
Go ahead. You're getting emotional.
Yes, I am getting emotional. Because you stand here and you attack the fact that, black men, they're not in the home, so they're in the daughters. All my brothers are corrupted. My brothers, they went to college. My brothers got their life together. Yes, my mother has 4 baby daddies. Yes, she does. But you know what's crazy? She fucking raised all of them herself. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
But that's not how it's meant to be, sister.
And you know what's
It's
crazy?
not meant to be like
You know
that.
what's crazy? No, don't read anything.
Read, no,
Do not
read. I'm
read
listening.
anything.
Sister,
No,
that's the
because how are you
problem.
right now?
No disrespect to you, but you black women want to control everything, and it's not happening here. You're telling me what to do. I'm not your husband, and you're not going to control me. Save that for your husband. You're not controlling men
here.
here.
For an hour and 30 minutes listening to you.
And we're listening to you. Let me ask you, hey, Ebony, is this normal behavior?
I have a question. Why do you
You haven't even been here yet.
No,
You're crying
why?
fucking
Why
ass
have
off
you-
because my
wait,
fucking
wait,
father
wait.
died. And y'all coming over here.
Wait, why do you keep addressing me?
Her father died when she was young. She never met my
Before she was born.
So, we understand.
I apologize.
We understand.
I didn't know.
Okay?
I apologize.
We understand.
But
that.
you don't know.
what I
You
mean?
never know.
But sister,
Okay.
we understand your hurt.
You do.
No, but
We
you
do
so-
understand your
No,
hurt.
but if you're
We
reading
do
your Bible
understand
and
your
you
hurt.
said,
It's very
he
sad
literally
what
just said,
happened.
if a father doesn't watch over his daughter, she's a shameless woman, right?
Right?
Okay, but I'm not a shameless woman. I don't.
What is that? Do you know what that
No,
means?
I understand.
No, I'm asking.
Okay.
What is a shameless woman?
A woman who's just fucking, she just everything.
A woman, in other words, it's a woman who doesn't care how she dresses,
Okay.
how she conducts herself,
Okay.
what comes out of her mouth.
Okay. But that's not me, and I was raised without a father.
Now, what do you have to compare yourself to the opposite of a shameless woman? That you would say that that's not you. In other words,
That
women
some women
in
are
other-
shameless?
No, listen to me. A shameless woman is everything I described, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need some type of blueprint or protocol to be the opposite of that. In other words, an example to follow after, not to be that
So
shameless
whose
woman.
example am I following?
I'm asking you. You said you're not a shameless woman.
I'm not.
You're not. How do you know you're not a shameless woman?
How do I know?
What do you? What?
From all the things that you've just said,
Right.
I do not do any of those things.
So
I do actually.
So,
to this
I'm
day,
not-
I'm still a virgin. By the way, just saying.
That's
Got it? Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm 25 years old.
Right.
I've had boyfriends. I don't have multiple baby fathers. I don't have children.
okay.
And I go to school. I
1 Timothy
conduct
2:9.
myself I'm not loud. I'm not aggravated. I don't get angry. Yeah, I get emotional sometimes, but that's a human emotion.
Okay, I don't respect
So for me, it's just like you're telling me.
What's your name, sister? What's your name? Alana? Look at me, Alana. Alana. Okay, I'll let you.
She's upset.
I know, I understand.
It's
And
like,
I apologize. I came in the tail end.
But you know what I understand?
No, I don't want to talk. I want to go back to her, though. I'll come back to you.
when
What
you start
blueprint?
calling people shameless.
No, but that's...
I get it. I see.
So
the
now,
blueprint
I'm going to read
you're
this.
talking about.
I want to read this, and then and the Lord going to give you an example. One example of shamelessness. Read that.
It's 1 Timothy 2 verse 9.
Right?
In like manner also,
Meaning like manner towards meaning as example of following Christ and God and a godly woman. In like manner also, come on.
that women adorn
What
themselves
does adorn mean? Dress yourself. That women adorn themselves, come on,
in modest apparel.
in modest apparel.
Okay.
You understand? What is the definition of wearing modest apparel?
Being a Muslim?
No, Muslim is a
Basically.
religion. It's
No, I'm talking about the headdress.
No,
the way
that's
they
not,
have-
not necessarily.
Is that not?
We're not Muslims.
So what is modest?
I'm asking you. I think you know.
To me, modest apparel is just.
But why you pull your thing down all of a sudden? It's your scarf down.
I did not mean to.
Okay,
if
okay.
That's the case.
What does modest apparel mean then? Modest apparel means covered up. Am I supposed to see your curves? Let me
I
fit
just
that.
said Muslim women.
But even with
You're not talking about-
you do see their curves sometimes, so that you don't even.
In other words, I could see your cleavage, the tights you're wearing. They said they were working out, so that's another thing. I don't know how they dress on the
I
side.
also.
But I'm saying, huh?
That's why I have my book bag. I was just working.
You was working out?
Yeah.
So normally, do you dress like this, or what do you normally
No,
wear?
I have my sweater in my book bag.
Okay,
my
well, in other words,
gigantic sweater.
In other words, women today, they don't dress modest. The Lord said a woman's supposed to be dressed in
They
modest.
should be able to dress whatever the. It
See that, but
depends.
that's not shamefacing it. See right there. See what you was about, how the spirit you was going into.
However they want to dress.
You was going to say something else.
They should wear whatever the hell
After
they
you gonna say
want to
whatever
wear.
the
No,
F
I
they
still gonna say hell.
Okay.
And I do curse.
But
I
then,
do
but
say
now,
the F
but
word.
that's not being shamefaced. You yell it out of your own mouth. We agreed actually that to be shamefaced is to.
But that's because you see it
No,
shameful.
listen to what I'm saying. See, now you playing the mind game again. You going back to the Jedi mind tricks. The be shamefaced is to be aware of what you wear and what you do. You just said out of your mouth, no more than not even 10 minutes in the future. You said a woman can wear whatever the hell she wants. You was about to say that.
Definitely.
That's not shamefacing. You're doing what you want. The shamefacing is you have control of your actions.
So you're trying to say that they don't have control?
No, I'm saying I'm going what you just said. It's the opposite of shamefacedness. If you wear whatever you want and do whatever you want, you are doing the opposite of being shamefaced. Read it again.
So that means I'm not shameless.
You're not shamefacing. Read it.
In modest apparel.
In modest apparel, come on.
with shamefacedness.
With shamefacedness, come on.
and sobriety.
And sobriety, meaning what sobriety means? Don't put the camera on her. Put it on me. It's not on you, sister. It's not on. It wasn't on you.
Was it on me?
Just pay attention to me. What does sobriety mean? You're aware of your actions, what you say and what you do. So far, they don't fit you. You just said you can do whatever you want, and so far, since we've been out here, it's been like a circus. So everybody is not walking in shamefacedness and sobriety. Come on.
With broidered hair
Right.
of gold and pearl.
Meaning you can wear gold and pearls, but when you bling bling like Nicki Minaj and these rap stars and stuff like that, women are not supposed to be in that mind frame. You understand? Come on.
Or pearls.
And pearls, come
Or
on.
costly array.
Or costly arrays. It's about being meek spirited. You understand? It's about being meek spirited. The brother made a point earlier that the whole world is looking at the black women. When you watch TV, in most shows, how do they describe black women? What kind of the actors that portray black women on TV shows? Aren't they usually loud?
I think they're inaccurate.
No, but are they usually loud?
But you're not watching the right show.
But wait,
But nigga, not all.
it's Hollywood. They're
Huh?
putting on entertainment.
I know. Let me ask you a
It's
question.
not about-
Name me 3 women who are perfect role models for black women.
Oh,
Moesha?
Penny Proud.
Moesha.
Moesha? No, Moesha, the
Moesha.
mom.
From
The
the Proud
mom.
Family, you ever seen that show?
Ralph, the
Go ahead.
mom
Who else?
that
Who
show.
else? Go ahead.
What is it called? The Hefleys? The Hueys?
You gotta
called
be
the-
freaking look. You gotta be crazy.
Why do you laugh at everything I say?
You
But I
gotta
just have
really
a question.
crazy.
All right, so all of you guys believe the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but about my friend, when I said that her father died before she was born, you're basically saying that she should not get emotional about that.
Who, me?
No, not you. Then.
I didn't say that.
Can you? All right.
You said, see, you're getting emotional.
Yes,
Like,
but
that was the
then
problem.
when you came and then
I didn't know that though.
I know.
you said
but
sorry.
because
you were wait, but I understand. You apologize. You were more understanding about You were more understanding.
I thought he was more understanding.
No, that's not what I said. He was basically saying that she should not be a
What you're doing right now? I mean, I got it.
But
What you're doing right now?
You didn't let me finish.
All right, I'm gonna talk.
He was saying that she should not get emotional about that.
Okay.
Okay, but when you came over and he told you, you apologized and you were more understanding. Why is that?
Now, because I felt I didn't know the situation.
I know, but he did.
Let me.
Both-
How you gonna ask me?
both of you guys-
How you gonna ask me a question and not let me answer the question? Understand? Number one, when I came over and I saw her emotional and acting up, the reason I thought that was your normal routine. You've been acting up since you've been here. Let me finish. Let me finish. You've been acting up since you've been here. You understand? I didn't know all that happened. You understand? Number two, he told me what happened, and I felt bad.
I know, and you apologized.
And I apologized.
That's what I'm saying. But he does not. He did not.
So let me ask you a question on him. Do you think that he doesn't care about her feelings and her?
Hell yes.
You think he doesn't?
You know
Wait,
why?
but
No.
The way he addressed the situation did not sound like he cared
Oh,
at
you just
all about it.
now what you're doing
But
is
you
because
weren't here. You just said.
now what you're doing right now what you're doing right now.
Record your little camera so you can see.
Now what you're doing now, see disrespectful, and now what you're doing, you're trying to find fault with us so you can walk away from here and feel good about yourself.
I
That's
always,
what you're doing.
I always felt good about myself.
Let me say this. Just to correct you.
bad about
Just to
myself
correct
now.
you, look.
I'm just trying to pass
Just to
time.
correct you and to show you how you try to play these little games and play us against each other. When he came, I told him she's crying because she lost her dad.
Yeah,
That's
you
why she do.
apologized.
I told him that though.
Yes, but
I
you
told
knew
him-
it and you
Listen,
still were not feeling sympathy for her.
No, listen. No, because she was over talking me and I still wanted to bring out my point. But I told him, look,
So your point
it's
is more important than her
understandable
feelings.
she's crying because she
Correct.
lost her dad. When he came in and he said, you know, the brother, he said, look at her, she's getting emotional. What's wrong with her? I said, look, she's crying because she lost her dad. So you see how you just trying to look for something to bring out your point? You can't do that.
All right, now I had a question from before though.
What's your
Okay. Now, first of all, listen, as people, I feel like we should respect others' feelings and others' opinions, right? Don't you feel that way?
No,
I think that's a female thing.
But
That's
you,
what
wait, you don't feel like you need to.
that's part of it. But
you're-
I'm gonna answer you. Oh, so
No, you weren't answering me.
Wait, let her finish. She didn't finish. The
Exactly.
sentence is not
So,
done.
so you feel like you should not respect other people's opinions?
No.
Okay, no. All right, why is that? And please do not bring up my name.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. You know why? Because they
Because
don't
we're
have
trying
a
to walk.
mind.
No, we do
All right,
got
now
our
they're
mind. Because we're trying to walk like our Lord
All right,
Christ
now
told us
scratch
to
that
walk.
question. Now my next
That's
question.
why.
Wait, let me answer the question.
And I
Let me
said
answer.
scratch it. I said
No, don't
scratch
say it again.
See, now you're trying to get us.
Mark
You're
12
trying to
and
find fault.
14.
But doesn't the Bible also say that you should accept and love one another?
Mark 12 and
The
14.
Bible says
It's
that.
Mark.
The wrong Bible.
Mark
I'm not
12
gonna lie
and
to
It's
you.
Mark 12 verse
Pretty sure that's
14.
not
Come on.
That's not.
the
And when they were
It is.
come, and when they were come, they say unto him, Master, we know that thou art true, and carest for no man, but
Why?
Come on.
for thou regardest not the person of men,
We don't deal with feelings. Come on. Come on.
but teachest the way of God in truth.
But teaching the way of God in truth. Because your personal feelings sometimes ain't right. Now you say this ain't
So
the
what
right
does God
Bible.
give us feelings
Listen.
for?
Do you agree with homosexuality?
I don't give a damn what anyone else does with their life. It's their
Does the
choice.
Bible say that?
It says.
What Bible
so-
says it's okay?
The
You
Bible
show me.
never said it's not okay.
Give me
Actually,
Leviticus 20 and
let me
13.
wait. Let
You
me
don't know.
rephrase.
You don't know the Bible.
First
That's
of all,
why
it
you don't
says
know the
it's-
Bible. Leviticus
How
20
you
and
gonna
13.
tell me?
Because I'm gonna tell you because of what you said.
Can I correct myself?
Let me read the Bible real quick.
Leviticus
I was literally, no, I just wanted to correct myself.
Hold on.
It
Yeah,
just
all right.
says-
Read it.
All right.
Read it.
Say your point. Correct yourself.
I want to correct myself before he reads this. I don't want him to say that I took it from him. Okay? What it says in the Bible is a man shall not lie with another man, nor shall a woman lie with another woman. Fine, get that. But it also says to love one another and to forgive. So I don't understand if you don't like it's hate the sin and love the sinner. So I don't understand why, even if he's gay, you don't like that. I don't like that you're gay. I don't agree with it. But you know what? As a human being, I still love and respect you. That's what
That's
it's
what we
about.
saying to
We
you.
can
You-
say that.
we don't
No, but
look-
what happened when that gay guy was
no,
here?
no.
He was
Yeah,
trying to be
people.
disrespectful.
He was being.
Okay,
So
tell
we
him
can't
we're gonna
back
die.
Yeah, he
Hold on,
was.
wait.
The Bible says if you
Hold
don't
on,
repent, you're
hold
gonna
on.
die.
So listen to this.
Let me ask you a question. Do we
When
love
you
y'all?
guys-
Do we
No,
love?
you don't. You freaking call me arrogant.
So you are arrogant.
yeah.
You are arrogant. The Lord
You're
said
arrogant and proud.
Yeah, right. Does that mean we don't love you? You're contradicting yourself. Does that mean we don't love you? Look at me. Look at me.
If you love
Let me ask you a question. question. Let me ask you a question.
You love that
Let me
way.
ask you a question. Listen.
I would never
Let me
say
listen.
something like that to you. And
What's
I
your name again?
My name is Imani.
Imani.
Yes.
Listen to me. Do you love me?
I mean, I love you because God said to.
That I.
So you
that
love
I
me,
think
right?
that
Because
you're
God said
arrogant
to.
because
But
I
whatever
don't
the
have
hell
a
you're saying, no. Outside
Okay,
of
well
your
that's cool.
personality, I don't care about
That's
that.
cool. But we love you. We love all
I
three. We
have-
love all three.
a boyfriend.
Congratulations.
And
See, look at
I
you.
know how to
You're not arrogant.
I'm not arrogant. I'm happy.
Let me say something. Let me say the reason why I said you don't having a father in your household. You know what the father in the old days, the father was
Beat
there
your
to
ass.
teach, to give the daughter to a right man. The father knows when a man is a player. He knows when he's a gamer. The woman can't tell sometimes. Just like a mother can tell her son, look, that daughter ain't good for you. She's wrong. She got an attitude problem. The father can do that the same thing with a man. So you not having a father in the household, you don't understand really how a man operates and how he thinks a lot of times because your
didn't
father
answer the
wasn't
question.
there. Your father was not in the household.
Wait, so you want me to be sexual with my dad?
What?
That's basically what you're trying to say. No, because he's saying that Okay, so I
she
feel
knows
like
she doing
you
it.
cannot
Be a
compare a man
Why you
to
doing
my.
that? Why you do that?
But
Why do
you
you do
can't
that?
compare a man to like my partner.
Why do we?
Like, I'm not gonna have that feeling with my dad.
Why, but why do you do that? That wasn't hard to understand. He's just simply saying that a father, because for the love of his daughter, watches out for his daughter and knows who's a player.
Okay, now what if
finish.
the father doesn't love his
No, what if? Let me finish.
There's
And
a-
I said he simply watches out for his daughter. Then to even it out or to make it make more sense, he said the same thing applies to the mother. The mother knows if she knows women. She used to be young at one time. She's wise. She knows if there's a certain woman that doesn't belong with her son. When I was growing up, I had plenty of women that my mother said, that woman is a whore. Don't deal with that woman. I still wouldn't deal with the woman. And guess what? She was a whore, just like my mother said. You understand?
Okay.
So your mother knows, just like your father knows. But for some reason, you good when he mentions the mother or women. But as soon as you talk about that man, you start going off into
was
this.
just clarifying.
And you know what it is? Because you have such a hatred for your fathers and men, you don't want to hear anything positive about men. Anytime you bring out something about the man being positive, you don't want to hear about that. You just want to hear about positive things
I
for
love
women.
that too.
My father.
Okay, I believe it, but so why was that so hard to understand what he said?
Because maybe
my
I'm
dad
different.
is
Maybe
not
I didn't understand it. I'm just trying to
in my life.
clarify.
Okay, well, the way I explained it, you understand it
But
now,
you're
though.
coming off arrogant though.
But the way you.
Arrogant.
Okay.
Was I arrogant?
Please, you're just a reader.
Where'd you go read?
See what I mean? All you've been doing is throwing insults.
This
Have you encountered me 5 years ago, I would have went vulgar on you. But because I increased in the spirit of Christ, I know how to hold
You're
myself.
talking about throwing
All I'm
insults.
doing is just
He
listening
told
to
a
you.
man that he was gonna die just because he was dead.
Out of the scriptures. Thus saith the Lord.
Okay,
You know what?
but
You guys shouldn't have bought this Canaan camera because y'all
See?
not making,
More insults.
y'all not making
Petty
money
insults.
off of this.
That's very immature.
About making money?
You have much wisdom.
It's
That's
about
very
making money,
immature.
right?
I mean,
So be
obviously,
like Creflo Dollar, right?
accept
Be
the
like
way-
TD
Thank you.
Jakes. That's what God wants
We
us to be, right?
accept
Be about money.
donations.
See, that's
Thank
why
you.
you
Who said
wicked.
that?
That's
Okay,
why
but-
you wicked.
All right,
Because you're
Why you
talking
gotta
about
keep me
being
so-
about.
let's
Hold on,
finish.
hold on
Now
one
you're
second.
throwing-
We're not here to teach for money. It's
Right.
about teaching the truth. When Christ walked the earth, he wasn't about
Why-
money.
All right, that's
It wasn't about
understandable.
money.
You're trying
So
to
what are you
teach.
trying to do?
You're trying to teach, right? I understand that. But how do you expect to get to people with your type of anger is my thing. I respect what you believe. I don't
You're not
agree with
angry.
it, but I respect it. You see, but you laugh at everything that I
we
say.
get to many people.
Did I make you joke?
Let me finish.
She would hurt.
We get to many people. We get to many people, but people like you, we can't reach. It's not in the Lord's Spirit. The Lord don't have to. He hasn't opened your heart to the Holy Spirit, and because of the hardness of your heart, Christ shall reject you in the day of judgment. You will be rejected. You can't.
you
The
don't
simple
repent.
things. The simple things.
Right.
You don't. You. It's not even you don't understand. You are rebellious. If you don't repent and get yourself together, look at you all as the posing and the stance.
I'm leaning on
you
my
are
friend.
a typical black woman. You are a typical black woman.
You see,
know what I'm saying?
that's the
Typical
problem
black
that I
woman.
have.
You guys are
Typical
mad because
black
I get
woman.
pussy
See?
that.
Shame
Look
it.
at
See that?
Who talks like
See that?
that?
And you was about to say that. What was you gonna say now? What was you
Who
gonna
talks
say?
like
You
that?
saw that?
See?
What were you
See
gonna
that?
say? You was about to say. You said
It's
you
all about
guys
that.
were.
That's right.
You guys
Do
were.
you- would you
What were
like
you?
me to find it?
No. What was that action? Look at the brother.
That was not the action.
And it ain't all
You know
about
what time it is?
That was the action of a woman who was upset.
No, that was the action of a rebellious, stubborn woman.
I'm also
A lot of these black men, a lot of young, listen, a lot of young, like he said earlier, and I don't condone it, but a lot of young black men, they're running to the white women. They're running to the women from the other country.
Yeah, that's sad.
The brothers can't take y'all no more.
That's
They
sad.
can't-
You
You're
know
too,
what I just
the brothers, listen to me. You said you're 25 years old. You have a man?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, that's good. You understand? But a lot of these women are single, or their men are stepping out on them, or don't want to put a ring on your hand because they can't deal with your attitudes. You're a little bit more calm than them. You're kind of rebellious to the extent yourself.
Yeah.
But you understand? But a lot of men ain't gonna deal with that.
Right.
A lot of men ain't gonna tolerate that. If you was a man, would you tolerate that type of woman? Look up
Insults.
here. That woman, the way she
I wouldn't
acts.
tolerate a woman.
Would you? That woman? No, that woman.
Her?
Yeah. Would you? If you was a man?
I
and
would
you-
have had to done something to her to make her act like that.
No, come on.
No.
In all honesty.
I get.
If she, I mean, honestly, to me, she was completely polite. But when
You heard what she said before she
I
left?
said to me.
No, what she said.
I'm talking about when she addresses me, she's polite because I'm listening and I'm trying to understand where she's coming from. I don't agree with everything that she said clearly. I agree with some of the things that you say and not everything, but I don't come to you disrespectfully and
Right.
yell at you. But I am a black woman. I do not believe in everything you believe in, but as a person, I'm just going to try to listen and understand. And then if I ask you a question, I don't expect like an abrupt, like crazy answer like women are shameless without their father. Like when you said that, I tried to understand and I was like, what do you mean? I'm shameless? Because I don't have a father. So does that mean that I'm shameless? And then your rebuttal is not.
You know what's funny? Like when that happened, when your sister was crying, when I was over there with the other sister, he saw me talking to her. She was crying over there too. She was crying over there. The sister with the afro, she was.
It's because it's out of frustration.
And you know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? Because you're looking for love and you have a hard life in America. You're looking for love.
I don't have
without
a
the
hard
father, without a man, it's hard to make ends meet. You are looking and crying out for love. A lot of women are sleeping around because they're looking for love. A lot of women are on the poles because they're looking for love. She was crying over there too, and I was looking at her crying.
Cardi B was not on the pole looking for love. She definitely was not. She was out there.
No, I'm
looking for
saying,
that
understand me,
shmoney.
understand me.
That's what
I'm
she
saying
said,
she's
right?
looking for money,
Alright.
but I'm saying a lot of women.
I see the dude she's with.
Hell yeah, but that's different.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
I mean, because that's after the fact of being on the pole and all that. She got her body done.
She was
and
looking for love, but
She
she
could've
got
found love
upset and
without being
frustrated.
on the
So she said, look, all men are dogs. Because we have cousins, we have sisters, we have nieces, so we know how they think. She said, all men is dogs, so I'm going to just go on the pole and sell my you-know-what. Because
Dude,
the men
wait.
is dogs
Did-
anyway.
did you
That's
know-
how a lot of them think.
Cardi B was on the pole because she needed to pay her college tuition. What are you talking about?
She could have got a regular job. Don't justify it. Don't justify stripping and going in the back room, having sex with all type of men to pay college tuition. That's wicked as hell.
Wait,
No,
why do you-
you go get a
me?
McDonald's job.
How did
A lot of women
I
don't strip
honestly
and
did really
sell
well in
their
high
body.
school. I got scholarships.
So you don't think she can do well to get scholarship?
I don't think she was in the mind frame to try to do well. I didn't think she realized what a big difference it would have made in her life if
So
she did
it's
well in
much
high
easier
school.
to strip.
What?
So it was much. So you think the decision she made to strip was much easier?
I think that it was a bad decision to make, but
Yeah,
that's
she
her
said it was a
decision to
bad-
make.
And she even admitted.
She's not even black, which I mean,
She's Dominican. She's technically black too.
All right.
Dominicans is black and Spaniards.
Well, we know Puerto Rico's black now.
Right.
They learned the hard way.
When you have melanin pigment, they come from the slaves that was in Dominican.